Hi everyone, Lisa here from Down to Earth Gardening and Design, and today I have a video for you on what to do with your waxed amaryllis bulb after it's done flowering. So I'm going to walk you through that because these beautiful flowers came in this amazing waxed coating here, and I see them a lot now. They make great gifts because they are typically given to people as gifts for the holidays, and that's it. You give the gift, and everything it needs is right inside this waxed casing. So it's wrapped around the bulb. No water is needed, no fertilization is needed. It is ready to just be enjoyed. And that's pretty amazing. I'm actually really fascinated by this. So when I saw a bin of them and they were literally just thrown in the bin at the nursery, I bought one for my daughter Hannah for the holidays. And I really wanted to do it as an experiment also, not only because it was such a wonderful gift, but I wanted to see if I could unwrap it, take the wax casing off, and then pot it up like we normally do with our amaryllis bulbs, put it in the pot with the soil, and then just enjoy it for years to come, because it would really be a shame to throw this beauty out after the holidays. So join me and watch me remove the wax and pot it up, and I am going to share it with you, and then that way you can rescue your waxed amaryllis bulbs as well. So I have seen these in many different colors, the coatings. I've seen them in silver, gold, green, glitter, but what a beautiful gift here. Okay, so materials needed for today's project. So I have a knife that I use just for my floral crafts, and my scissors, my gloves. I have no idea if this is going to be easy or difficult, but I'm going to share it with you and we'll see what happens together. I've got this nice little mat. I have some gloves, trowel. I have the pot that I'm hoping to use here. And I've got my potting soil, and I will put up all of these items in the links below if you're interested in picking them up for yourself. Okay, so let's get down to it. So there wasn't a tag on here saying the variety, but there is a picture, and like I said, I'm pretty sure it's Minerva, but nevertheless it was a beauty. So I'm going to snip that off, and you can see that it's finished blooming. So we did go ahead and deadhead the individual flowers once they were spent. This is the last one. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut the stalk down. And we're leaving the leaves. And that's really important because these leaves are what are going to be taking up the energy for the plant and for next year's blooms. So we want to leave those. And I can feel it's a little loose, so it's pretty hopeful. So let's see here if we can start snipping it. I'm going to try to show you what I'm doing. Okay. It's a little looser than what I expected. So hopefully we can just peel it off. And then one of the things we're going to be checking for is the health of the bulb before we go ahead and repot it. So when I say that, what I'm basically looking for is that it's not mushy. We want a nice, firm bulb. Oh, this is pretty great. I guess I really expected this to be a little more difficult, but this is great news. Okay, so this is what the removed wax looks like. And unfortunately, the bulb is a little bit squishy. So what I'm doing here is I really want to rescue it. So I'm going to try peeling off the layers like an onion. And we're going to peel them down into where it's firm, because I don't want to plant it if it's soggy or moist, because that's really just going to encourage fungus. But this is really in an effort to save this. Okay, so here we go. So I don't love doing that. I wouldn't normally peel it like that if it weren't for the fact that this bulb is really kind of on its last leg. So let's just give it a go, and I'm going to bring you updates on this because I love to share my trials and tribulations. That's what gardening is all about, and I like to share that with you. So I have my container. It's a little bit bigger than I'd like, but I've scattered around the house, and this is what I have right now. So I've got to use what I have. I would normally like it if it was a little smaller, because if you'll remember from my other videos on Amaryllis, they really like snug spaces. So no more than an inch on each side, and I probably got about 1.5 inches. So the container gets a little skinnier. It's got a tulip shape. So I'm going to plant it a little bit deeper, and I'm not going to fill it up to the top or anywhere close, because we want to leave about 1/3 of the bulb exposed. So we want the shoulders and the neck exposed. So I'm going to go ahead and get out my potting soil, and I'm going to put a little bit in the bottom. I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. So I do have a nice drainage hole in the bottom, and it does have this little tray attached to the bottom. So I'm just going to put a little bit in here, and then I'm trying to make a little nest for it. And so this is what I have so far. And then I'm just going to continue filling the pot up to leave the bulb exposed about 1/3. So I'm just covering about 2/3 of the bulb. Okay, so that's what I have here. Now for care. So because I'm a little concerned about the health of the bulb because it was a tiny bit squishy, I'm going to refrain from watering it right now. But when I start watering it, I'm only going to be watering around the edges. And this is really important because you don't want any water to get inside the bulb. So you want to water around the bulb. And when I start watering it, I'm just going to keep the soil moist. I'm going to put this in a sunny windowsill. I'm going to treat it as a house plant until I put it outside in the summer. And I don't do that here in my zone. I live in New England. It's about mid-May when we're out of the danger of some cold nights and frost. So at that point, I'll go ahead and put it outside in its container on my patio and just treat it with my other containers and enjoy the leaves. And I think the leaves themselves are actually really pretty as a house plant. In combination with the others, it adds a different texture and something green in the winter. So we're going to enjoy this for a little bit, and then next year around the holidays, we're going to force it to bloom again. And I'll be posting some updates in some other videos, so stay tuned. Subscribe if you're interested in seeing those. But that's it, folks. So wish me luck, and I'll bring you updates. And thank you again for joining me. Hopefully I'll see you next time.